Green is beautiful. This
Hello.
is a great investment, Abby.
Where are we going today?
We're going to have fun.
Angefahrene Zug auf Gleis 4, S7 nach Potsdam Hauptbahnhof. Über Friedrichstraße, Berlin Hauptbahnhof.
Lately, I've been allowing myself to dabble into things I'm generally curious about and asking more questions. So, one of them was, what would it be like to hike in Berlin? Because I actually have never done any hiking or any nature themed activities since I moved here 2 years ago. We're hiking.
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 Keish. Maybe the other side.
We are here in the middle of the woods. Grunewald. Where are we though? Doesn't say.
We're here on this side.
Where?
Here on this point.
Ito?
Yeah.
Oh, it's this one.
That one.
Oh. We're off to find more places
What have you
to
done
hike.
so far?
We found greens. Lots of greens. This is Keisha, and she's one of my favorite people in Berlin, and obviously she was the right person to bring on this little adventure in the great outdoors. Uh-oh. We made it
We made it.
to Teufelsberg.
Looks like we made it.
Wow, it's a party. Life's a party.
Life is a
Or life is a climb. Life's a climb, Hannah Montana. Our hike led us to Teufelsberg, and it's a non-natural hill in Berlin. And actually, this is in Grunewald in West Berlin. And it used to be a US listening station, and now it's like it's a place where people go to actually to watch the sunset or to just hang out. And there's a lot of graffiti and different types of art that are on rotation. I think they invite artists every few months to replenish some of the walls. Funnily enough, we took a more difficult hike. Apparently, it was kind of steep, and well, when you get to the top, you also climb more stairs, and then yeah, you get to see a bunch of really nice art. There were just some that really were very vocal and very expressive, and some that were just very colorful. It feels like the Berlin Wall. It's actually very Berlin, to be honest. There is the East Side Gallery in Friedrichshain, and that's like a whole row of former Berlin Wall turned into canvases for artists. But this is also very vibey, and it feels like we're in a party. Show us what we have here.
Hey everybody, welcome to our picnic in Teufelsberg.
What's on our picnic
On our
mat?
picnic mat, we've got 2 granola bars. Made good. Now
Made
available
good.
in Berlin.
Yes.
We've got some Moomin biscuits.
Yes. Thanks, Sophie, for the Moomin biscuits.
Thank you, Sophie.
They look cute.
We've got our fancy popcorn, cannoli. Sorry, it's noisy. But yes.
Oh,
it's-
that's a really good flavor one.
Yes, white chocolate and
Weiss chocolate.
Salzbrezel.
Yeah, with salted pretzels.
We've got some
pistachios.
and we've
Drinks.
got some drinks over here. We've got our Gurkel Mat, Minze.
Best
Very good.
drink. Best drink.
ever. Refreshing. And
We
for
got the zero.
health-conscious
Yeah.
ones-
AKA
health-conscious
us.
ones, we've got zero Zucker, Lipton Zitrone. And yeah,
Let's eat
I
and
wish we
chill.
were sponsored, but none of these sponsored.
For me, a good test of friendship is knowing that you can trust who you're with, especially with very difficult tasks like hiking, and also just being in nature and being one with nature, and also enjoying each other's company. For me, that's very important, and I've learned to appreciate that, especially now that I'm older.
How was the hike?
Is it
Abby?
activating?
Yes, it's on.
Okay.
How was the hike?
Hike na ko. It was tiring, but it was good. I've never hiked this high, and I think I should do it more so I can get used to it. It's not so bad. I feel like there's just a lot of like anxious thoughts coming in, and you're like, you're gonna fall, or you're like, you're not strong enough. So it's like, it's kind of like battling your inner demons in a physical way, and then just like challenging the norm and just being like, no, I can do it. I can just move forward. Just like with life, you know, like what Hannah Montana said, you know, life's a climb. I forgot the rest, but life's a climb. But yeah, it was a bit nerve-wracking. Also, they look very steep from afar, and then you start going there, it's not too bad. So I think it was fine. Yeah.
What's your favorite part of the hike?
Looking at the flowers, I think, is my favorite part because it's literally like stopping and smelling the flowers and also seeing the view. And it's like you're in the middle of nowhere and you're like, oh, I have to get. You don't want to stay, like, we're just gonna stay there? You should keep going. Versus like, just like this feeling of like pushing you to keep going because you know there's gonna be a good thing happening at the end of it.
Yeah.
Wow. And now we're here at the top.
Would you recommend going up here?
Yes. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good hike. It's a good vibey, very Berlin-y place, I think. It's very peak Berlin, like with the graffiti and all. And it's not so crowded, you know? It's good for introverts. Yay!
Okay. Any final thoughts back?
Lol. More walking and outdoorsy stuff. Slowly. Gotta build it slowly.
Hey!
We're headed out.
Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? No nga! Ano ba?
No
Ilang
pa.
questions pa? Charot. Taylor, tama na.
The hike was very memorable, and it's so nice to see all these clips like a month later and seeing how much I actually enjoyed that Sunday. Although I will say we had a really bad leg post, you know, delayed onset muscle soreness because I think the day before, but we were like, I just started working out more when I went hiking, and it was pretty much leg day. But anyway, it was really great. Grunewald, I actually want to go more to Grunewald because it's very foresty in a sense. Like, the area we hiked to was part of Grunewald, but there's also another bigger area where you can actually cycle and also you can walk around and frolic in bask in the beauty of all the tall trees. So hopefully one of the summer days I'd get to go there and have a nice walk. I love that everything's just very reachable by train. I keep thinking about how I feel so delighted, and it's very interesting how simple these things are, you know, being in nature, hanging out with a friend, getting to explore different parts of where I currently live. It's such a small thing, I guess, but for me it feels like it really just roots down, ooh, pun intended, to these simple things because I get so creatively inspired just doing a lot of these activities, even if they're not directly related to what I do. But just the feeling of enriching my own life has been something that I really am on a mission to enrich my life even more, because the way I see it is what I put into my life, like as a person, it also travels back to my job as a creative, working as a creative and being an artist, and how I am able to connect all of these dots and create a story out of them, and like you know, these simple things really enrich my life in ways that I can't really comprehend. And it's really important to also just carve out time to do stuff like this. Usually on Sundays, I don't hate it, but I always just am lying down, and I try not to do that sometimes if I'm really tired, I do nap, but then I just don't want to. I know rotting is a thing. I do like rotting sometimes, but I don't like doing it all the time. So yeah, this was a nice change of pace, and highly recommend going hiking with friends, either hiking or walks. I go on walks like once a week with a friend or two. It's just a great way to catch up and also save money, because the most we spend on is like ice cream. I can't be bothered right now to like spend $20 for lunch or dinner, because I know I can cook at home and eat it for way cheaper. So that's my current frame of mind. Also, it's a good reason for me to actually keep exploring parks. So maybe it's also a good reason for you to go venture out in nature, you know? Find a nice, simple trail you can start with. I have not hiked much since this hike, so let's see what other places I can check out and other trails that are a bit more suited to my easy level, because I think Japan just spoiled me a lot. It was really different. Japan was a bit easier with all the stairs, and in Germany it was a bit more complicated. Here's what the log looks like. I do hope you enjoyed watching this video and taking a peek into more of my other ventures outside of making art. And I hope you'll stick around. Always be creating and never stop exploring. Bye!